My grandfather told me we were placed here to accomplish something, to fulfill a destiny. This is my destiny. I am 78 years old. I have lived here most of my life. I grew up riding horses on these plains, picking berries in these fields, swimming in these rivers. I raised my family here. This is my home. I have seen changes over many years, but my people are survivors. This is my grandfather. He comes of red. He lived 100 years, 1847 to 1947. Until he was 25 years old, he lived in freedom, moving about to harvest food in seasons. He lived before the Civil War. He died after World War II. He was born a Buffalo Indian and died a reservation Indian. When I was very young, my grandfather was pretty much blind, so I used to lead him around the house, lead him to his sweat lodge. I was always with him, and he always told me stories. He wanted me to learn about our history so I could pass it on. I grew up learning about the old times, the time of the buffalo, the stories of creation, the gift of tears. My grandfather would tell me about Foretop's father, what is now called Hard Mountain in Wyoming. It is a sacred place for my people. The mountain contains energy, but you must embrace the land in order for it to release itself to you.
Grant Bulltail has taught at the Little Bighorn College at Crow Agency, Montana, and has been a consultant on a number of very important projects, and he is a very important pipe ceremony leader and elder of the Crow tribe, and we are very privileged to have him here with us again this evening.
Thank you for coming. I'm happy to see you. I'm trying to teach the young people, and so I do it by storytelling and telling them all the things that they went through. They never saw the good things that we did, and now they're acclimatized to the things that are happening right now. And that's why I do these things. I try to bring the past back to people. So I slowly see nature disappearing. And at this rate, if we don't have nature, we won't have anything. My grandfather passed along the energy of a buffalo bull to me. I have overcome a lot in my lifetime, and I feel because of this energy, I am still alive. I was in Echo Company, 2nd Battalion, 9th Marine Regiment, 3rd Marine Division, 9th Marine Expeditionary Force in Vietnam. I have spent my lifetime working to build relationships with academics who can help keep my grandfather's stories alive for future generations. I have worked with archaeologists, anthropologists, biologists, and historians. I am getting older and see the changes all around me. The changes of my people, the youth, nature. It worries me. At times I get so angry I want people to listen. I have spoken many times, but now I feel I need to write. This letter is to you. There is an energy all over the earth, an ultimate source of energy. Over many years, we have lost touch with that energy. We have disconnected from nature and lost the harmony that kept our world stable. My grandfather told me the story of the gift of tears. The Creator took pity on humans and offered the gift of tears to those who demonstrated virtue. These tears will wash the eyes, allowing the person to see the power inherent in the natural world. We must seek the gift of tears. We must be able to see what we are doing. We must realize the importance of nature. There are lots of things the earth can do to hurt us. This is what I worry about. To those without a home, those displaced, I know your struggles. We must embrace nature and understand its powers. I fear if we don't, so many more people will be without home. My people were nomads. Our food source was destroyed, and we were put on reservations. The borders of the reservations kept us from our sacred landmarks. These restraints made people stop believing in the energy. Now, the land is restricted. The buffalo are gone. I try so hard to recreate the energy for my people, but I am not sure if they want it anymore. I want to start off by telling you that some things that happened to my people.
what we as Crow had to go through.
Native Americans are expected to assimilate into, white culture, European culture.
We try to survive on this land.
And we were nearly wiped out.
It's not a pleasant history. It's an unfortunate history. It's a sad history.
Christopher Columbus came to the Caribbean and landed
European
in
settlers
Santo
who
Domingo,
wanted to take
supposedly.
possession of this land and greatly expand the reach of the United
He
States.
saw some people and called them very gentle. He also said they would make good slaves.
Problem that people see for Native Americans, their problem is that they didn't become like us.
No matter what, we all have to learn to live on this little thing called Earth.
The world was not new. The world had been here long before the Europeans ever set eyes on it.
It was like a paradise. He said every tree has a fruit on it.
You're in Crow country, and it's good country, and I'm glad you guys are all here.
Our religion was living in harmony peacefully with everything in nature and the universe.
I think we need to understand the history, because if we don't understand what happened, we're doomed to repeat it.
This was a paradise and we ruined it.
What it means to the youth, that I want them to experience this. Back home, how many of them are on their iPad or cell phone where they could be here?
It's getting harder and harder because our land had been ruined. It's not the same as it was.
How much Native Americans have to offer really are going to be the salvation, is what we can learn from Native Americans.
There's power on this mountain. Grant brings the most sacred item of our people, and it's the pipe. He's gonna pray tomorrow.
When you see a problem and a few determined people attack that problem, then good things happen. So you people are going to make good things happen. Thank you. To our youth, I am sorry. I fell in love with the land when I was young. I would listen to the birds, pick berries, swim in our rivers. But I don't hear those birds anymore. The berries are gone. The river is polluted. I remember being able to ride my horse from Pryor to Hard Mountain. But now those trails are gone. The land is fenced. There are no trespassing signs. Now I move between fences in cars and I don't see the wildlife anymore. I see our time now dictated by cars and technology. It distracts us from our natural lives. It takes our youth away from nature. Things are dying all around me since I was a boy, and I blame technology. We must reconnect with nature. I think of how different it was when my grandfather was living. When he was a Buffalo Indian and the waters were clean and the skies were clear. I think back to when I was young and wild berries grew in places that can't be found now. When our fields of food were not polluted with insecticides and our meat was not absorbed with antibiotics. When our rivers were not dammed and pipelines weren't contaminating our water. When our animals were thriving and our lives were not dictated by technology. When the earth was not so angry. We must reconnect. I see what has happened and it makes me sad. I see what we are doing to nature and how our youth grow apart from it. I see the harmony disappear every day. It makes me sad and makes me angry. I will always return to Foretop's father. The energy is still there, and that gives me hope. I look across the fields, the mountains, the water. This is our home. We must not destroy our only home. We are all together in this life. We must break the binds of addictions on our lives. The addictions to substances and alcohol, to technology, to fossil fuels. We must treat these addictions with nature. We must find harmony before it is too late. My grandfather told me we were placed here to accomplish something, to fulfill a destiny. I know now that my destiny is our intervention. Your friend, Grand Bulltail.
Ah,